terms of resources towards this effort, would you say can you talk a little bit about that, how the resources that your company puts into it has changed?
Well, maybe I'd tie the resources back to
Sure.
how we do business in the higher risk locations. We have a set of core values that we lean on heavily in the company. There are 4 of them, and one of them is highest ethical behavior. And so we spend a lot of time building our internal culture to be strong from an ethics and compliance point of view. And we focus on training and many of the things that Sharon shared, but we also focus a lot on making sure that the tone at the top at that location carries the message when the training folks are not there. So we spend time training them and having them be really the role models. And I had the opportunity to observe that much earlier in my career. I had the chance to live in Brazil. And personally, I experienced seeing the emphasis and the frequency of either core value contacts or examples or questions driven by the top leadership locally to reinforce that internal culture. And in my mind, that carries the day and it helps with the resource question. Because if you rely on central resources to do all of your training and all of your messaging, it won't be as successful as having the leadership there really carry the tone and role model and lead that effort locally.
You can have a code of conduct, you can have a set of regulations and rules on paper that everyone needs to read and sign, but rules and regulations are one thing. How do you practically ensure that the values that you want to instill is entrenched throughout the company? How do you do that practically? Can you talk a little bit more about that, Sharon?
I think first and foremost, it's everyone's job to promote compliance. It's not just the chief ethics and compliance officer or the office or the lawyers or the finance managers. It's everyone's job, and that's something that we, I think, do best is bring in partners. We partner with senior management, we partner with mergers and acquisitions, with our Treasury Department, with HR, the Secretary's Office, on a wide variety of compliance issues. And so, whenever I go to visit a new manager for the first time, I have good news and bad news. The good news is you're my partner, and you are the Chief Ethics Officer for this, for this region. And that's the bad news too, because it's a big job.